Throughout human history, rulers have risen to power with dreams of greatness. Some promised justice. Others promised prosperity. Many claimed they would rule with kindness and virtue. But behind all these promises lies a deeper question that every ruler must answer. What is the true purpose of leadership? Is a ruler meant to be loved above all things? Is their role to be admired as a symbol of morality and fairness? Or does leadership require something more difficult, something less comfortable? Political philosopher Niccolò Machiavelli studied this question during one of the most chaotic periods in European history. Living in Renaissance Italy, he witnessed governments collapse, alliances break, and powerful families destroy each other in the pursuit of control. What Machiavelli discovered through these observations was unsettling. Many rulers failed not because they lacked good intentions, but because they misunderstood the true nature of power. According to Machiavelli, the primary goal of a ruler is not to appear virtuous. It is not to win admiration. The true goal of a ruler is to maintain power and preserve the stability of the state. At first, this idea may sound cold or even cynical, but Machiavelli believed it was simply a recognition of reality. Without power, a ruler cannot protect the nation. Without stability, society falls into chaos. Imagine a king who is extremely generous. He gives money to the poor, forgives criminals, and refuses to punish corrupt officials because he wants to appear compassionate. At first, the people celebrate him. They praise his kindness and admire his mercy. But slowly, something begins to change. Criminals realize they will not be punished severely. Corrupt officials recognize they can steal without consequences. Rival nobles begin to see the king as weak. The king who wanted to be loved eventually loses control of his own kingdom. History provides many examples of rulers who failed because they underestimated the importance of authority. Consider the last years of the Roman Republic. Political leaders tried to maintain order through negotiation and compromise, but powerful individuals like Julius Caesar understood that authority ultimately depended on control. Caesar gained loyalty from his soldiers and used decisive action to secure power. His rise demonstrated how quickly political structures collapse when authority is challenged. Another example can be seen in the fall of the French monarchy before the French Revolution. King Louis XVI attempted to rule with hesitation and compromise during a time of severe crisis. Instead of demonstrating strong leadership, his indecision created uncertainty. As uncertainty grew, public trust disappeared. Eventually, the monarchy itself collapsed. For Machiavelli, these events illustrated a critical lesson. When authority weakens, instability spreads quickly. A ruler cannot rely only on the goodwill of others. Political power attracts ambition, and ambitious people constantly look for opportunities to advance themselves. This is why Machiavelli believed that a wise ruler must always be aware of threats, both outside the kingdom and within it. Foreign enemies may challenge the state through war, but internal rivals can be even more dangerous. Advisors, generals, and nobles often compete for influence. If the ruler appears weak, these individuals may attempt to seize power. Once this competition begins, stability begins to erode. This is why Machiavelli famously argued that it is safer for a ruler to be feared than loved, if they cannot be both. Love depends on emotion, and emotions change quickly. Fear, however, can create lasting obedience. But Machiavelli did not mean rulers should become cruel tyrants. Excessive cruelty creates hatred, and hatred can lead to rebellion. Instead, he believed rulers must maintain a careful balance between mercy and strength. A ruler should reward loyalty and punish betrayal. They should demonstrate fairness, but never allow their authority to be questioned. History offers examples of leaders who understood this balance well. One famous example is Augustus, the first Roman emperor. After years of civil war, Augustus restored order to Rome not only through military strength, but also through careful political strategy. He maintained control of the army while presenting himself as a protector of the Roman people. By combining authority with stability, he created a long period of peace known as the Pax Romana. This period demonstrated how strong leadership can preserve stability for generations. Another lesson Machiavelli emphasized is the importance of decisive action. When problems arise, a ruler must respond quickly and clearly. Delaying decisions often makes problems worse. A rebellion that is ignored today may become a revolution tomorrow. A corrupt official tolerated today may inspire others to act the same way. Authority must therefore be visible and consistent. People obey laws when they believe those laws will be enforced. If enforcement disappears, obedience disappears as well. This is why stability depends not only on power but also on perception. A ruler must appear confident and capable, even during moments of crisis. If the population senses uncertainty in leadership, doubt begins to spread. And once doubt spreads, restoring authority becomes much more difficult. Strong rulers understand that power must be maintained every day. They prepare for threats before those threats appear. They strengthen institutions, maintain loyal armies, and prevent rivals from gaining influence. By doing so, they protect the stability of the state. This stability benefits everyone. When leadership is strong, economies grow, trade expands, and citizens feel secure. But when leadership collapses, the consequences can be disastrous. Civil wars destroy cities, weaken nations, and cause suffering for ordinary people. This is why Machiavelli argued that preserving authority is not selfish. It is necessary for the survival of the entire state. A ruler who understands power can maintain peace. A ruler who misunderstands it risks destroying everything they hope to protect. The lesson is not that morality is unimportant. Rather, it is that morality alone cannot maintain order. Power, authority, and stability must come first. Only when these foundations exist can justice, prosperity, and security flourish. So what have we learned from this teaching? We have learned that leadership is not simply about being liked or admired. True leadership requires the ability to protect authority, enforce laws, and maintain stability within the state. History shows us again and again that rulers who fail to understand power lose their kingdoms, while those who preserve stability create lasting prosperity for their people. The teaching of Machiavelli reminds us that power is not merely about control, it is about responsibility. A ruler must protect the structure of the state so that society itself can survive. If you found this lesson valuable and want to explore more philosophical ideas about power, leadership, and history, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And remember, the greatest lessons in history often come from understanding the realities that others are afraid to face.